Yowza, 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 and the man of the hour is on right now, John Limbacher.
All right. How are you, Gregory?
Doing good.
It is September 24th, believe it or not. All right. Well, let's get started here. Who wants to hop out and jump in the fire line first? Nobody wants to take the heat, huh?
Okay.
You'll do it?
I'll do it. YouTube. So I completed my first year, and viewership, of course, has never been the greatest, and only 41 subscribers. So when we get together for the future of the website and whatnot, my question will be is how to improve YouTube.
Okay. YouTube is used a lot by marketers, and what they do, it's very strategic the way they do it. It doesn't matter what kind of content they're creating. They're very strategic about how they get views to it and how they get it in front of the right people. So YouTube has a ton of traffic on it. It's just like Google. You know, it's probably considered like the second biggest search engine in the world. And I know, especially lately, like over the last year, I didn't used to do this, but more and more over the last year, when I want to know how to do something, I actually go to YouTube now. I'm not going to Google at this point. I'm going to YouTube and looking for videos. It's like, you know, if I want to know how to do something, some fancy little trick in WordPress or anything else, I just pop up YouTube. Even like, you know, I had a issue with one of my Fire Sticks on my TV. And I'm like, I was trying to go through Google. I was trying to look through their documentation. I'm like, oh, hell with that. Let me see what's on YouTube. And here's a guy walking you step by step right through it. But his content would have never come up if it wasn't for his keyword research. He needed to know like what I was going to search for. And he had his title exactly. His title matched exactly what I had searched for. So the key to this is figuring out your audience. And again, it all comes back to the ACT program. It really, almost everything. Traffic is the end product of the ACT program. It's the same thing in the real world. Traffic is the final thing. It's the final piece. It's where you want to connect the dots and you want to take somebody that's looking for something and put them into the right path. So figuring out what is important to your avatar. Now, the guy I did, you know, it was a Fire Stick question that I had. And his only goal, he wasn't trying to sell anything. What he was trying to do is he was trying to monetize his YouTube channel. So he wanted eyeballs on there so they would see the ads so he gets paid. That's another form of affiliate marketing. You know, if you have a YouTube channel, you can actually activate it for ads and then you will get paid. Now, here's the crazy part. They're going to put ads on your YouTube channel anyway. If you don't check the box to actually be paid for it, you won't be paid for it. So that was his deal. He wanted to get a bunch of traffic, get a bunch of views to the ads on his YouTube channel, and that's how he made a few bucks. So back to the thing of how did he get the people on there? It was through keyword research. There's a lot of tools out there to do keyword research, especially geared toward YouTube. YouTube is a different search engine. People search differently on YouTube. If, you know, on Google, they're searching one way. On YouTube, they're searching another. Most of the people on YouTube, they're looking for how to do something. They want to physically be shown how to do it. So the keyword strings are different. Like you should be using how to or how do I or what do you, you know, those type of keywords. You know, SEMrush is a tool that I've shown a lot of different times on here. And it has a keyword strategy in there of questions. Like if you go to the content section, it will tell you what questions are being asked around any topic, any keyword, any niche. And those are the type of keywords you want to go over and research in YouTube. So YouTube is a gold mine if you can figure out how to do it, how to use it. Now, if you wanted to get that traffic and get them to opt in, same thing. It's a different strategy, but you're still trying to figure out what the people are searching for. Rather than not trying to sell them anything, like we're all marketers. We want to sell shit. You know, we want to sell memberships. We want to sell programs. We want to sell coaching. Whatever it is that you have, you want to sell it. So the strategy, the only difference in the strategy on YouTube for that is you have to have calls to action. Like your videos should literally tell the person what to do. You can promote them to subscribe to your YouTube channel so they get notified of any new videos you've got. That's one thing. That's not really monetizing yet. I would push them to a call to action to go to a link and opt in to get something for free. You know, as marketers, that's one of the biggest tools in our toolbox is a free thing to get somebody to raise their hand to opt in. You guys have to get good at figuring out what that should be. If you don't figure out what that should be, you're not going to lead generate. If you're not lead generating, you're not talking to people. If you're not talking to people, you're not making presentations. If you're not making presentations, you're not selling. So it all goes back to the core of lead generation. We've got to figure out what our avatar wants. We've got to figure out what are they willing to raise their hand for? What are they willing to trade their email address and trade for that thing, whatever it is. It might be a one-on-one consultation with you. It might be a PDF. It might be a video. It might be, hey, how to do this thing that you really want to do. Could be just something simple like that. But you got to figure it out. You have to get that piece of the puzzle. And, you know, in the real world, you know, somebody might argue the fact that, oh, well, I don't have lead magnets in the real world. Well, bullshit. Yes, you do. You've got information. You know, you're having conversations. They're wanting you to follow up with them or whatever. You're giving them some sort of value. You have to figure out what it is. What is that value? What is that information? And then how do you package it up electronically and deliver it in a digital file? That's all you have to do. But you got to figure it out. You got to figure out what that thing is. Now, everybody gets confused on lead magnets and stuff and what's a good one. A lot of people think books are a good lead magnet. They're not. A book is not a good lead magnet. Okay. Nobody's going to read your book to take the next step. Okay. A good lead magnet, it should be consumed in seconds, if not minutes. A good lead magnet, you've got to get it right away. It's got to give you good value, and it's got to make them want to take the next step. The next step is their next interaction with you. You don't make them read a book. Okay. It's not going to happen. Your second step will be so far in the future, you'll forget about it. So that is, by definition, a good lead magnet is it's instantly consumable. They should be able to take in the information either at a glance or within a minute or two of reading. So like blueprints are great. I see a lot of people that'll give away a blueprint of, hey, here's the blueprint of how to do this thing. And then you get it and you're looking at it and you go, oh, that's bitching. You know, that's awesome. That's exactly what I needed. And then they realize, oh shit, now what do I do with it? Where do I get all these pieces? How does this fit together? They have questions. That's where you can lead them to the webinar. The webinar walks them through the blueprint, explains the pitfalls of, hey, don't do this or the alligators are going to eat you when you're crossing the swamp. You know, show them how to get there safely. And then at the end of the webinar, offer to help them. Offer to either make it easier or do it for them. And you will make sales. So it's that simple in most cases. I know some of you have more complicated stuff. You know, some of you are in real estate or financial stuff, and it's a little more messy. But the basic principle is the same. You know, you've got to get somebody and you've got to lead them through that journey. Your journey might be longer than that, but you still have to figure it out. You got to figure out what's going to pull them in, what's going to grab their interest, what objections are they going to have along the way. As you're unfolding your story, what in the back of their mind is going to keep them from believing that they can do it? Those are going to be your hidden objections. That's the stuff you got to figure out too, because you have to eliminate those. Remember, in many cases, when we're creating a marketing funnel, we don't have the luxury of feeling them out like a real salesperson does. We don't have the luxury to see if they sit back and cross their arms and go, "Ah, yeah." We can't see that. So we have to anticipate what's going to make that happen and then remove it and eliminate it. So Lisa, you got your hand up. Unmute. We can't hear you.
I have so many questions.
Okay, well, fire away.
Right along this line too, because I have so much going on always, and I'm always feeling like I'm behind the 8 ball, but I'm so grateful for this group and you and Craig Duswald's group and another group I'm in. And
groups are great.
Okay. So one of the things that's going on is I'm launching my first group 90-day program on October 1st.
Okay.
Which is like next Thursday.
Yeah.
And because it's a 90-day program, I'm doing it quarterly, like, you know, every 3 months. And this is a beta test basically with just my list. And so that I can work out the kinks and get it all done and, you know, get it done so that I can really relaunch at the first of the year, take advantage of that, back to school. And so here's the thing that I've been thinking, as you just said that, you got to know what they want. I'm attempting to be an online digital version of what I used to do it live. And actors and creatives don't generally, they're not in this business world, right? So I'm wondering, I would like to show you my sales page if it looks too businessy, because it's interesting, like, you know, when people are rebilled for my membership, they actually reply, because it says, you'll be billed in the next 24 hours. It gives them the heads up. And I'll get personal replies going, oh, no problem, go ahead.
Yep, I get those too.
Do you? Okay, I'm thinking it's just unique to me. All right, so
I get those off of stuff, and I don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, because it's automated.
Yeah, I've got all these systems going.
So I'd love for you to look at the page, and because I'm creative, it's all maybe too colorful, and and then there's 2 technical things that I don't know how to accomplish. So
okay.
Like that.
And also, let me say something here while we're at this juncture.
Yeah.
And you said it, and it triggered something with me. You said we have to, and you were basically just saying what I said earlier. We have to figure out what they want.
Right.
There's a big difference between what they want and what we might think they want.
Got it.
Like, we're ahead of them and we know what they need, and we get caught up in that, but they're not there yet. So we have to really think about what is it that they actually want.
And this sales page is a lot more about the emotion of what they want instead of, and you'll get this and you'll get this and you'll get this, because the program 90 Days to Done is literally a combination of several other programs that's really just about completion. As creatives and as humans, we go shiny object syndrome, squirrel, you know, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And I want to do that. And with creatives, they want to write a play, and they want to star in a movie, and they want to get an agent, and they want to, you know, so much. And there's a lot of beginning projects that have been started but never get complete. So I have a system, and I've done it privately for years, that I call the Actor Accountability Partnership Program, where you know, but now I'm going to have them work with each other. So I'm hopefully I'm genius about this. And I'm only meeting with them personally 3 times during this 90 days.
Okay.
And then I'm offering a VIP upgrade to 3 more times, but I'm not there yet. And I'm going to be working on this all day. And so I was up till 2:15 in the morning, which is not me. I go to sleep at 10. So anyway, so can I share?
Sure.
Okay, so here's my screen. Okay, so this is the side that they see, and then I also have my app side up for the parts that I can't figure out. So this is 90 days to done. I don't have the video. I did my hair. After this, I'll be doing my makeup and doing my video. And I know to use the word you a lot, and you need the, you know, I'm talking directly to them. So do you like the tag at all?
So let me ask you a question, because here I see an issue.
Okay.
90 days to done what? Do they know what they're doing?
So that will be in the sales emails.
Okay.
So this is the landing page that if they are intrigued enough from the sales emails, and I've got several of them that are going to be going out literally every day.
Yeah.
And with different approaches.
Is it a specific thing or is it a generic
It is not.
thing? Okay, so it's a generic thing on the front end?
Yes. So it could be, they want, and I talk about that in the sales page. So they could want an agent. It's whatever that they've been wanting for a long time that still isn't done.
Okay.
Okay. So a structure of support to turn your dreams into attainable goals so you can generate more happiness, success, and money in less time with grace and ease.
Okay.
So then I'll talk about that in the video. That will be hopefully the first thing they watch, and I'll bring, you know, this isn't just for creatives. It's really pretty much for anybody that's got a project that they want to accomplish, or a project that's in mid-completion that's been hanging out there forever. So this is the first thing I go into. Why is this program good for you? Do you want to read it? Do you want me to read it out loud, or?
Oh, I was just hitting the headlines here.
Yeah. Good. So a lot of this program is around habits.
Okay. Have you tapped into the emotion and the thing of what's going to happen to them if they don't get it?
Yeah. If you want different results, you're going to need a new approach. Completion. Okay. Most people don't plan to fail. The 2 things that happen when you plan, you know, God laughs when you make plans. Obstacles and opportunities. I assert you don't know the difference, and you don't handle either one with any certainty. You're afraid to make plans with measurable goals. Okay. Wanting something and not getting it feels terrible, and you want to feel good, right? It feels like you're treading water and falling behind. Participating in this program will reveal the areas that are keeping you off track and out of momentum. So you can be focused on what's most important, be inspired, and create better art. You have big dreams and a long list of goals to accomplish, but you don't know where to start. Your overwhelm, indecision, and confusion are momentum killers. Taking part in this program removes all these things, leaving you empowered in every area, blah, 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 blah. So those are the 4 things that why this program is good for you. Then here's what you get. Team of committed partners, huge structure of support, access to professional career and life coaching, and a community of creatives working on their own goals and dreams just like you. So 3 monthly trainings on October 1st, November 1st, and December 1st. You have an accountability partner that you'll check in with weekly. Only doing 5 small bite-sized actions that lead to that 90-day goal. A private Facebook group. A 90-day kickstart workbook, which is interactive PDF that I have that they can work in every day. That's a daily thing. So they got a daily thing, a weekly thing, monthly training. They also have monthly challenges. I'm going to do 3 30-day challenges, 1 in mind, 1 in body, 1 in spirit. So that's kind of the mindset stuff, because this is an industry where we get rejected every day. And then I have a video course from before that I'm adding in here, resources and relationships. You'll want to use your network, the one you have and the one you want to build. This is one of my problems here, is I can't get this picture to size because and I'll go into the technical thing in a minute, but this is my bio and a really cute picture of me coming out the door that says, come on in, but I can't figure it out. This is some bonus stuff. All sessions are recorded. I'll have office hours. Well, not only me, I have an associate coach now. And then feel free to email me. I was going to have me do the office hours, and then I realized then people would do that instead of the upgrade. So, and then I got my testimonials. I might want to add a third group because I have an author and a podcaster I've been working with. So it's not just actors.
Okay.
Okay. It's really nice to hear that my creative clients have, it's really nice to hear the things my creative clients have to say about working with me. But in the end, in order for you to choose to spend the next 90 days with me, you have to answer this question. Is it right for you? Here's who it's for. You understand creativity is a process. You have big desires. You got to express. You're tired of going slowly or nowhere, willing to do whatever it takes. Who it's not for. You're more interested in being comfortable. You're happy where you are in your career and you don't want any input. If they've read this far, then, 90 days is too long to reach a goal. And then I'm giving, for the first time in my life, a money-back guarantee.
Well, good for you.
But they got to do the work.
That will increase your sales.
Yeah, they got to. What? There are never any guarantees in this business. Are you crazy, Lisa? Yes, I'm that confident that if you participate full out and give your personal best, not only will you not want your money back, you'll want to do this program again in January. Because I do it every quarter. You got your plan will change every quarter. Register today, and then I put the value.
Yeah, is this a program that runs on a specific schedule? So if they don't get in now, they can't get in for another 3 months or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna, and then during the next 90 days, John, what I'm gonna be doing is pumping up my social media and doing all the free, great trainings and add to that audience, and then only sell once every quarter.
Okay.
So free. Sell once a quarter.
Are you going to allow anybody to jump in midstream or no?
I would love that, but again, this is a beta test, so
Okay.
I don't, I got to make sure everything works technically. I got to make sure it all works.
Yeah, because I've done this before. Like I've done an 8-week course before.
Okay.
And my intent out of the gate was, it's an 8-week course. We're going to record it. Then you could buy it at the end. But along the way, I had opportunities, like in 3 or 4 or 5 weeks in, I had opportunities to sell it. And I decided just by the seat of my pants to do that. And it was a really good idea. Nobody cared that it was already running. And if I hadn't done that, when it was over, they would have lost the excitement and they wouldn't have joined.
Okay, say that again. So
I had an 8-week course going.
Right.
My original intent was not to let anyone in the midstream.
Yeah.
But I had a couple of opportunities of sales in the midstream. So I took advantage of it and I let people in. And looking back on it, what I realized, if I hadn't have done that, I probably wouldn't have made those sales.
Of course. So one of the things is that people will miss the deadline. They wait till the very last minute, they hem and they haw. What I was going to do is let them get in just for the next week. So October 1st is the live Zoom, but I was going to let them get in all the way through the 7th. And they would get the replay of the live Zoom because it's really going to be a training. It's not going to be interactive. They're not going to ask questions. It's training. I'm going to set up the rest of the 90 days. And then here's the thing. I'm not going to be their accountability partner. They're going to be each other's. And I will pair them up. And whoever they get is the right one. And then they will create their date and time that works, whether they want to Zoom, whether they want to call, whatever they want to do. But it's my structure. And then they will be playing also within the Facebook group for those, 5 things week to week to week. But in the first training, we're creating the whole plan for, what they want to accomplish, the big thing. If it's one, it should either be one thing or at the most 2, maybe one personal, one professional. And then we work backwards so that they will have the actions week to week to week to week. Okay. And then the accountability. So I'm concerned that if it's any more than a week, the people will be already partnered up and in momentum.
Okay. And is this a $2,500 program?
It's a $2,545 that they're going to get for cheap.
Okay. So $497.
Because it's a beta. Now, here's what's even worse. You guys are going, she's going for pennies. This is for my regular audience. This is for the people that aren't in my gold standard. This is for the people that open my emails and don't do anything. And some of them don't do stuff for free. Some of, they're all hanging out, whatever. My job is now to really bring it home in the sales emails, to get them to look at this, to think that this is, amazeballs. But for my gold standard, I'm making it even less. I'm giving it to them for $77 a month, or a one-time payment of $197.
Okay.
And I've only got 21 people in that program, but I'm already getting $27 a month from them.
Okay.
I lowered it from 29 to 27 because we talked about the sevens.
Yeah.
And then once this is going, I'm going to send out an opportunity for everybody who's in the gold standard to pay yearly and save money. I'm just trying to generate some income by the end of the year.
Sure. Sure.
And then I got a lot of other things, irons in the fire. So, so here's my thing. Then there's a VIP upgrade, which if they buy, they'll go to a thank you page with another video offering a VIP upgrade. And the VIP upgrade will include 3 more coachings with me, SOS calls to my personal cell, which I never give out to actors, and another video course called Being Your Own CEO, which contains a lot of this, the visualization, the planning. It's it was a 2-day thing. I've condensed down to 4 hours. Mm-hmm. So that's $195 value. It's going to be huge value. And the VIP upgrade, no matter whether you're a gold standard member or a regular person, will be only $97 in the moment. So I've looked at my personal time. I've got my associate coach who's going to handle the Facebook group. He's going to handle some of the office hours. And so my goal is with this program to generate, $5,000.
Okay.
And then to find out what works, what doesn't, bring people in. And at the beginning of the year, so before, I'll have, most of the sales emails already done, at the beginning of the year, I want to double or triple that for the first quarter of 2021.
Okay. Go all the way back up to the top. Okay, let's see. Grace and Ease. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. And so the last question was down here on the bottom where you see these 2 on the left. I couldn't figure out how to make them centered like you do. And okay. I either need to know how to do that, or I could put back the 3rd box here and say, upgrade to VIP, learn more, and then have that go directly to the landing page. But I don't know how to technically do that. Or maybe I should just leave this alone.
I wouldn't give them too many choices here.
Got it.
I definitely wouldn't take them off the path of ordering right here.
Oh, and then I have the FAQ, which I haven't completed yet, which I know they'll have questions. So the questions,
I think you're just going to need to be a little more aggressive here.
Really?
I think you're going to need to like tear at their heart for what's going to happen if they don't do this.
Yeah, I thought I would do that in the video.
Okay. As long as you get that piece of it in, it's like you have to really play out of how bad it is without this. And the course that they're on, where are they going to wind up? They're artists, right? They're going to wind up broken dead. They're going to wind up, living under a bridge somewhere.
Yeah.
They're going to wind up losing their mate over this if they don't get their shit together.
Yeah.
You need to really draw it out to the end game of where are you going? How important is this to you?
Okay.
The other thing about it is everything about it looks hard. It looks like a lot of work. People don't like that. They like here you say with grace and ease. I was thinking you said quick and easy. That was what I heard. That was what my mind heard when I read originally grace and ease. I heard quick and easy in my head.
Okay.
And then as we're going through, I'm like, oh shit, this is anything but quick and easy. This is like 90 days of this and do this every day. And it's like a job.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like what you're selling here is you're selling a job, and they're going to like go, oh no.
Where and how can I fix that?
That is going to be just really in how you craft your copy, how you craft your offer. What you always want to try and do, and this isn't a wording thing. This is like you said, I have to work the word you in, so it's about them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same kind of concept. You have to work in things that are what's called a unique mechanism.
Okay.
Like for whatever has to happen, you have to have a unique mechanism that does the work for them. Like if they want to lose weight, the diet pill is going to do the work for them. Go to sleep and wake up thinner, right? This thing's doing the work while you're sleeping.
Right.
Now I know you probably don't have something like that, but like if you have a workbook, the workbook is the thing that's going to be doing the work for you. Not you're working to fill the book up.
Understood.
But
yeah.
you just flip it. You flip it to these things are going to do the work for you. It's almost like a magic carpet ride.
Got it.
Instead of them, don't paint them out to do a lot of work. They
Okay.
are not going to like that.
Okay. Okay.
So
Got
that's
it.
just kind of food for thought as you're creating your copy, as you're planning out your whole presentation. Everything should be about easy.
How easy it is, right?
Yeah.
So
easy, and if they don't do it, what's going to happen?
Right. Okay. Got it. And my whole excuse is that there's just been one thing after another in my life, and I'm just overwhelmed. And so the fact that this is such short notice.
Yeah. And not to say that you couldn't throw it out there as is.
Well, I can definitely give it another pass, and I still have to do the thank you pages, and I still have to do the videos. And I thought what I would do is just put out one email to my first 21 people, and let them buy or not, because I've actually been seeding this on our live, our live gatherings for a couple of weeks now. So out of the 21, I'm playing for 10 there, if not a little bit more. And then, it's like I want 40, but I'll be happy with 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's something for everyone here, for everyone in the group. Good enough is good enough. You can always do better. So don't let that hold you back from moving forward. Throwing something out and seeing how it gets responded to is better than not throwing it out.
Yeah. And your estimation is, first of all, okay. So 2 questions. Should I put a countdown timer in here to October 1st?
Countdown timers work on certain groups. I don't know if they're going to work on your group.
Okay.
Your group is artists, and they might not see a countdown timer they might see that as intimidating.
Okay.
They might, because remember, your people are very free. They're very free and loose.
Which is why they're broke.
and here you're going to try and throw the structure of a timer down. That's like being in school and being in a test and watching the clock going, oh.
And by the way, I pulled this title of this program out of my ass because I just had to finally call it something. And it just kind of came up, and I was like, okay. So that doesn't have to be the title of it when I launch it in January.
Yeah, I think it's a good tagline. I don't know that it's your signature title. I think it's a good tagline.
Can anybody in the group give me a better name for it now that you've all listened and
like instead of 90 days to done, which is kind of ambiguous.
Yeah.
I might say you're only 90 days away from your dreams coming true.
The thing that I don't like to say about dreams coming true is so many people in this industry trade on that phrase. And a lot of actors are just turned off. They're just turned off.
And as I said it, I realized how ambiguous it was.
Yeah, because they don't know what their dreams are. I mean, honestly, one of the things that I do in this is they just say, oh, I just want to act and make money.
Yeah.
Well, there's no path to that.
And that's the other thing that kind of goes back to my first original question was, who is it for and what are they going to get done? Because if you can nail that down, you will be so much more successful at this.
Well, here's my niche within this thing is getting an agent. You know, I've got a whole side to this about getting an agent.
See, that one, that's very clear.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of promise around that, particularly during COVID.
Okay, but let's just use that as an example. If you said, I'm going to create a program to get you an agent in 90 days, that's really specific.
Yeah, okay.
That is very specific, and that is very, very driven to one particular goal.
All right.
And if we could say, you know, you're 90 days away from getting an agent, and when you have an agent, you're not going to have to wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. You have a professional out there working for you, so you don't have to do all that stuff you don't like to do. And you're not going to do because it's killing you to even think about it. You get to get up, have your agent call and tell you who you're going to go see today. You know,
oh God, John, this just kills me because I was an agent and I know that's not how it works.
It might not be how it works, but it's what you're going to be able to sell.
I know, but it's hard for me to sell that when I don't want to be one of those people. Like in my own integrity, I don't want to be one of those people that tells people how easy it is and to just get maybe, I don't know.
And again, I don't know the nuances that you do. I'm just throwing this stuff off the cuff just to make an example for you. You can weave it into whatever is realistic, but that's what you have to do. You have to paint the picture of, here's the thing that you really want, here's why you want it, and you're 90 days away from it.
Maybe if I put that in the headline, 90 days to done. Do you want an agent? Do you want your script turned into a film? Do you want, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, and I really think
number one bestseller.
I really think that your course can be the same. You don't have to change what you do in the delivery of the program.
Yeah.
But I think you should segment the way you sell it on the front end.
So what do you mean segment the way I sell it?
So once the funnel is done, right? You've got the funnel done for one thing. Like, let's say you do the funnel for getting an agent. Now you clone the funnel and you just change a little bit of it that says, instead of getting an agent, getting your script done. And if you figure out all the different things of what you can help them get done, and you just bring them in differently on the front. So as an example, on your main website or your very front end, you can have the buttons. What do you want out of life? You want an agent? Do you want to get your script written? Do you want to get this? They click on the thing that they want, and they're led to the sales page that's specifically for that. The program you're going to deliver is all the same program. It's just how you sell it to them.
Got it. Okay. That is very interesting. All right.
Instead of trying to sell them all on the same thing, because that doesn't work very well. The ambiguity of it doesn't really sell. It's very hard to get somebody through the program and get them sold that way.
Well, I'm tweaking this definitely for the first of the year, and I will definitely do that. But for this,
you don't have to do it now. Don't think you have to do that now. But I'm telling you, like, if you lived in a perfect world,
gotcha,
that would work. That would convert better.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Like,
okay.
If you look, Ryan Dice is a perfect example of that extrapolated into a multi-million-dollar success.
Yeah, I'm in his little napkin challenge for $10 right now, but
Yeah.
I'm on this instead of there. I'm going to watch the replays.
Yeah, well, the thing he sells on the back end and the fulfillment, it's all the same. He's got 50 different ways to Sunday to bring you into it.
Right,
Like he figures out if you want to know how to write a blog, if
right.
you want to know how to run a Facebook ad, if you want to know how to set up a retargeting pixel, if you want to know the magic napkin, it doesn't matter. It all leads to the same thing on the back
It's the
end.
Digital Marketers Lab, and I used to be a member, and it was
Yeah.
so much I was overwhelmed and I never did anything. So
Yeah, so yours could be the same thing. Your digital marketer lab is your fulfillment, and you know it fulfills anything, but you can't sell it that way.
got it. Clear. Thank you.
Yeah, so that would be my advice ultimately long term to move toward that.
Thank you. Love it.
Yeah. But don't stop what you're doing. Just
Okay, I'm not. Got to
do
start
it.
somewhere.
Do
The
it.
technical stuff, could you just run real quick through?
Sure.
Okay, so I don't know how to get this stupid block thing off, which I don't really enjoy.
What block thing?
You see these blocks here,
Oh, okay.
pattern? Wish
If
I could
you-
figure that out,
if
but that's minor. Let me get to the two major things. But that's also part of this whole, when you go into the assets on the right, the little cog on the right.
Uh-huh.
So here's my issue with this in particular. There was a picture of a guy in a suit with something, right?
Okay.
And this was a template, right? So I have to go into here. I have to go into edit. And when I'm in here, I only get background, right? And if I choose image, it puts it here.
Okay. Well,
So I'm very
click on the edit image button there, and it should show you the image that's selected.
yeah, this is the image that's selected.
Okay.
But when I select it, sometimes it puts it here and it's this size. You see how it says come in?
Yeah.
I can't get it to size. I can't figure out what the size is.
Okay.
And then if I click confirm and apply, it just, now I don't know where it went. I just hit apply.
Just wipes it out. Okay, so what that is, when you pull in the templates, I don't know how they did this, but some of those templates I think are probably custom coded, because there's certain things about them that, like what you're saying, just don't make any sense, and there's no way to edit certain things. So I believe that they've got some custom coding in them that is not editable.
See, if I see, you see the little edit here, this one I can edit, and I can actually, when I put the picture here,
Yeah.
if I do this, I can actually put the picture here,
Mhm.
and it's correct, right?
Yeah. That's because that's editable there.
Right. Now, I'm wondering if I could take the text that I put here and make an image out of it and make it go on this side.
What you're probably better off to do is just create a blank section and drop the stuff in that you want. That's how I've always dealt with that situation. Because in those templates, the templates are cool, but like I said, sometimes there's things about them that are just not editable.
Okay. And
rather than trying to fight it, it's
Yeah.
way easier just to drag a new section in, put 2 columns, drop
Okay.
your image in the column you want, drop your text in the column you want, and it's
Love
a
it.
done deal.
Thank you. Okay, I will do that because it's its own section. I can take care of that.
Yep.
Speaking of that, so when I go down here and I tried to get rid of, sometimes I'll get this drag and drop a component, and even though we don't see it, sometimes it's in the middle of stuff.
Yeah.
And look at the page, but that's still there.
So go up to the top right now and click on columns. Top middle. No, scroll back to where you were. To what you wanted to edit.
Yeah, here.
Yep, but now not scrolling, just go up to the top, that black bar or that gray bar. In the very middle, there's a thing called columns right there. Click that. Now go down and see if you can edit and delete that square. Now that you're in column mode. So hit the
Oh,
pink button, the pink, not the blue, the pink X.
oh, brilliant.
That what
Thank
you're,
you.
that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Now make sure you go back to component mode or it's going to drive you crazy at the top.
Okay. Wow.
There's a
Okay.
difference between editing columns and editing components.
Okay. All right.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. And then I'll be done. But is there a way to get rid of these blocks?
Those
The edit button for this.
that is probably going to be in the red thing at the side, the little, yeah, that one there. That might be a texture on the background. See if there's a texture.
No, I get image,
Oh,
video,
okay.
parallax.
So what that's going to be the same thing then. That's probably coded into the into that template. So
Okay.
again, if you want it different, just drag a new blank space in and have a blank canvas and do whatever you want.
Except this controls this. But this also has its own little edit button, you see up here? For this. So if I can edit this background.
Oh, it might be there.
Right, but I can't find it.
Go to the image tab.
Image.
Select. See what's selected there.
Yeah, no, it wants either I can put a picture there.
Well, it has one that's already selected. Go cancel out of that and go back to the style. Let's see the style. Style tab.
John, that allowed you to upload an image. Did you see that?
Yeah. There's already an image there, and it's
which is this image.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you don't like the graphics, at least you could just take a picture of something you like and upload that, and then
maybe make it kind of transparent in the background, because this is kind of blah.
Yeah.
You can also, when you put the background color in there, click on the background color. And okay, it's at 100%. So you can make the background color transparent as well. Like if you pull the slider over toward the left to the transparency part, you'll be eliminating the.
Yeah, but then it does that.
So that image back there has the color laid over it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. They do custom coding for some of these templates, and I don't know how to get in to edit what I don't even know if you can.
Right.
So if you
I
ever
like
come,
Allie's idea, because this is a kind of blah, I mean.
But if you ever come to a point where you just can't edit a template,
yeah,
just understand you might not be able to. So just pull in a blank canvas and just do what you want to do. It's a lot easier than fighting it. Because I know I've fought some of those things like for half a day before I came to the realization of, well, shit, there's no way to edit this.
And is there a way to find out when you have a template for images, what the image size that they bring in is, so that you can make sure it does that? Because I had to go into Canva, I had to upload the images to Canva, I had to put them into whatever size there, and then bring them from Canva back into here to make them all even. Otherwise, they were all different sizes.
What you might be able to do is publish the page and then go to the image on the published page, right click and save it to your desktop. Then open it up and you can see how big it is.
Does resolution matter in cartridge, John? Like, because
your resolution should always be 72 dpi.
At least, right? 72?
72, it just should be 72. Any more and it's not detectable on the web, it just makes a larger image that loads slower.
Oh crap. What did I do here? Where did I go? Inspect?
They're probably
save
72.
image. Do you save image as? Just save it to your desktop.
So I can find it, desktop, save.
And This is a weird thing about Kartra. It saves it as a W something or other. You have to
Yeah.
change it to a JPG.
Oh, did I just save it wrong?
Well, you saved it the way it wanted to be saved, but it's October 2 down there in the bottom, the middle of your screen.
Oh, right. Okay.
But just click on it again. Well, there you go. You can see how big it is there. You can look at the properties of it. Does that give you what you need?
No, where am I looking to see the size?
374 by 374.
I'm sorry, where do you see that?
Width and height.
The highlighted line, the light blue line, Lisa, at the end, all the way.
Here we go. Okay, so 374 by 374. Okay, and then if I wanted to create an image to fit that, I just go in and make it 374 by 374.
Yep.
But is that the image, that image size, John? Because that's indicating pixels, right? So does she have to copy that pixel because that's a square? I don't understand that.
That's the pixel size right there. 374 pixel width.
But is it going to match the pixel size she's trying to put into that box? Does it have to match, or will it crop it?
You can actually change the image size in Kartra. There's a little slider to make the image bigger or smaller within whatever the frame of the box is.
And they're mad scientists, those boys.
And then I get confused because this is 374 by 374, but if you go back to the image that is opening up here, it's 1080p, 1080 by 1080. So
okay. This might just be the view of what you're looking at here.
Okay.
So if it's 1080 by 1080, that's your original image size. That was what I was looking for, of where that was.
Yeah.
So that gives you your answer right there. It's 1080 by 1080 is the original.
Yeah, right now it's probably just easier for me to put it in something in Canva and download it. I mean, it's too many things, but yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for taking this time. I really appreciate it. I yield the floor.
No problem.
Thank you, John. And by the way, thank you for the membership template.
Did that help you?
I'm gonna put my Archer girl on here. She could learn so much.
Yeah, put her on. I'll train her for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anybody else got anything you want to throw out here?
Oh my God, that was a good in-depth look at everything.
Really good.
Yeah,
I really want to acknowledge you, Lisa. You inspire me that you're doing the work, and I love to just see your progress. So, and I love what John gets to teach off of it. I want to create something around Woody's stuff, John. If that's okay.
Sure.
Woody. So right now he has. I'm just going to say this. He didn't plan on me saying this, but let's all keep him in your prayers. He's got to have the piece fixed. He can't talk right now. So we've been working on, but I told him if you could tell him how to get the chat going, he could create that to occur.
Okay. Woody doesn't need to talk. He's character enough just as he is.
I know. Well, he'll start writing on pads and putting it up. So, so we're working on what we're doing. We're developing the website with you, and we had a great discussion yesterday because we're working with Tammy, and it's been awesome. And she's helping us together. Our little team is developing the content for everything. So what I wanted to know is, we're getting to the point where we have 3 giveaways. We're calling it the gift of education, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And that will be so we have the subjects now. What do we need to do in terms of graphics and because we're getting the content written, John, and then I don't know what to do next. Do we give it to you and you guys create the graphics in Kartra, or I don't know what to do after we have the content.
Okay. Yeah, my guys, they can do, they can do some graphics if you know what you want. If you want like images, there's a lot of stock photo places. Like I have an account at Deposit Photo. So if you go to Deposit Photo and you find an image that you like and you give me the name of the image, I can download. I have an account where I can pull those off. I've paid for a big block of them. So if you find images in there that you like, I can get those. For you. It's pretty much open. If you've got stuff you want to use, if you've got stuff you've seen somewhere that you want to use.
Like if I gave you a little sketch, I know this is it's kind of like we're swinging in between, we're old school, John. I mean, when I still did mechanicals when I went to school. So anyway, but so thank you for that. I'm going to highlight and look on Deposit Photo.
Yeah, depositphoto.com.
It's going to be, so that's what I need to understand. Like after we have the content, first of all, we want to send it to you to have a peek and give us your feedback on it. And then, and of course we're working with Tammy. So by the time it gets to you, it's been Tamified and, and Team Woodified. And so we're hoping, but we don't want to get too far if you have input on the basic core idea.
Okay,
so,
sure. Yeah, I can look at that anytime.
Yeah, and then so we have.
I'm so glad you guys are like really finally getting the picture of how important the messaging is.
Yes, we got that. And so we're working on the buyer. So we have two sides to the website. One is the real estate properties and the other one's training. And we're working on training, okay, just for the simplicity. So it's like two sides. So the real estate side, we have the buyer, the seller, and the investor like we all first talked about, and we've taken your lead and we're developing that all out with Tammy.
Perfect.
And we're developing out the whole copy on the places, and like we're working through all those steps so that his website can be, so that we can give you the content. And so the place where, like Tammy knows that you're doing the website, so we're just trying to develop content with Tammy, but then we want to know, what do we do next with it? Do we just give you the content for your review and tweaking and then meet with you and have that kind of private conversation? Like we don't want to go too far and then you give us a whole left turn because it makes better sense.
Sure. No, it's good. It's good to show it to me sooner rather than later, because I might have a different angle on it for you, or I might say, oh no, you're making a mistake there or whatever. But once I get the content, I give it to my developers, and then they put it into the site. They move it around. They do their best to make it look good, but it's it has a lot to do with what it is and what's what images you want with it and all that. If you just have content, it's kind of hard to make that look really enticing on a web page. It should have images that go with it. We can break it up into like colored bands and all that kind of stuff. We can do all of that kind of stuff for you. But the biggest thing is to get it on there, and then we can make it pretty.
Okay, so then what we need to do is have a meeting with you, because we've developed, so Tammy, we developed a help desk guy, a character, and we want, if it's possible, to have the guy look like Woody, even like as a cartoon. You know how the help desk is a cartoon? So
Sure.
Even if he just has red hair on top, and we want him to be like, because Woody wants to help people, and we want a heart to be on his chest that you could push the button and click here, and then he starts talking, welcome to, Woody's world, blah, 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 blah. And
take Woody down to the Santa Monica Pier and get one of the little cartoonists to draw him up, and then you got your character.
Oh my God.
It costs you $10 to have a cartoonist draw Woody. Be a piece of cake.
If they're out there, I don't know if anybody's allowed to, but that's a great idea.
They're out there, Alice. They're definitely out there.
Oh, thank you, Linda.
Yes.
Okay, that's a great idea. So we could put him in the, because he's going to have the picture in the center, and it's going to be the help desk. And then Tammy, and we've all been working on the copy for all the buttons. And so it's the whole progression flow. So what do you recommend next, John? To talk with you? And if so, can you send me that link to sign up or to have a conversation with you? Or
yeah, right. It's actually easy. It's right on my website, right on the homepage.
right on the website.
Yeah.
Right on the website.
Right there. Make it easy.
Woody, if you want to chat in the text, write something in the chats if you want to bring up anything else.
Yeah, but I think that'd be the easiest thing. Just go on down to the pier or Muscle Beach or any of those places. I know we have a guy over here in Newport down by the ferry boats, you know, and that's like $10 and they'll do a cartoon character of you.
Oh my God, that's great. What a great idea.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yes, that would be.
Okay. Tatiana, you still on here? You had a question about what would be a good lead magnet for a merchandise store. You would probably need a good lead magnet for that would be a coupon offer, really. If you're selling stuff and it's not specific, if you've got like a bunch of stuff, like click here to find out how you can get 10% off your first order, or you know, whatever is appropriate for, I don't know what you're selling, but 10% might be too much. I don't know. Or you could put on there, this is a good one. This is like what's called a blind offer. They don't really know what it's going to be. We did this for it was a store that sold plants. They sold exotic tropical plants. And I told the guy, I said, okay, you need to remove the inventory of what you have in the store off of your site. And he's like, no, but everybody comes to the site to see what I have. And I'm like, exactly. I want them to opt in to see it. So I said, I want you to put your inventory into a PDF and then have them download your current inventory. He built a huge mailing list off of doing that one simple thing. So if you could do a blind offer on special deals, like find out which of our products is 10% off this month, or you know, find out we have a super sale on 3 items. Click here to find out what they are. And that would be a great lead magnet for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to figure out what is important to your audience. Like with the nursery guy, the palm tree guy, I've discovered that in a conversation with him. I said, what's important to the people on your website? He said, it's my inventory. He said, they come on here. And I said, yeah, they come on and they leave and you don't know who they were, right? I'm like, how about if we collect their mailing list, their email address? And he went from this. His standard thing was he was open on Saturdays because it was a side job for him. And he had to run ads in the newspapers to get a few people in on a Saturday. When we put my method in place, he built a mailing list. He stopped the expense of running the advertisements to get a couple of people in the door, and he sent an email out, said, we're having a super sale Saturday, and he was absolutely overrun with people that came into his place. It completely changed his entire business, just that one thing.
Would you change it like every month? Like
yeah, you could. But the key thing is now you've got them on your mailing list. So now you can send out an email with, hey, our special this week is, and you can drive so much more sales that way. It's ridiculous. If you just communicate with your audience, you will sell more.
Okay.
Like you probably have, you know, in a lot of cases in an online store, you have a bunch of stuff. And, you know, your audience, you don't really know what they all want. So you can just keep sending out different offers, and sometimes you'll hit it, sometimes you won't.
Okay.
But build the mailing list. The mailing list is the key component for everybody. They say, it's almost a cliche, they say the money's in the list. Now, it's only a matter of how much money is in the list. It's not about the size of your list. It's about the way you communicate with your list. You know, it truly is not about size. I have a small list, but I make a lot of money off of it because of the way I communicate with it. I don't send generic offers. I try and send specific offers to specific groups. So I'm very diligent about tagging my list, you know, for what people respond to. I can give them multiple tags, and I can get really specific on who they are and what's important to them. So I know which offers to send to which part of the group.
So, you know, so but you said that you would suggest this coupon. So are you talking about post it on Facebook and Instagram, or where should I put it? Because if I do it on my website, nobody's going there yet. I want them to read it.
Okay. Well, you could, yeah, in a lead magnet offer, you can put it anywhere. You can put it on Facebook, any place where your audience is hanging out, that's where you want to put it.
Okay.
If you were in a situation where you were listed on Google and Google was sending you traffic, whatever page they're sending the traffic to, you want to put it there. It's basically, it's your call to action. So your call to action should be right up front in the first interaction with somebody.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Jared, I noticed, I don't know how long your hand's been up, but I just saw it.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it. No worries. Let me turn my camera on here. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you. I have, and maybe this is something we could sidebar on if needed, but I thought I'd try you here first. I have a potential client for SitePop. They're a really big company. Just got funded by a venture capitalist, so they have a lot of money to spend, and he even made mention of that to me on the phone.
Okay.
Which is really exciting. I went through, you know, the whole pitch. Did really well. He's really interested in pursuing it. And what's really fascinating is he seems like he kind of told me, "Hey, Jared, we're the kind of people, we've got money to play with now. We don't want to just spend on one license kind of situation."
Yeah.
So he might want to put 10, 20, 30 phones on, which would be incredible, obviously.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So the one thing that he asked me, which I didn't quite have an answer for, was, so his website, they're just launching a new website. They don't have a lot of organic traffic currently. I explained to him that this, you know, SitePop isn't something that's going to do all of your SEO. It's not going to do your backlinking. It's not going to do your website optimization. It's just kind of going to boost it from the, you know, from the keyword organic traffic perspective. So he understands that. And I told him, hey, this is going to work best in tandem with traditional SEO, not as a standalone.
Yeah.
Which he understands as well and is still interested. Question was, he does a lot, they're planning on, at least, and they have budget for a lot of redirect paid ads that are site. And he was wondering, would SitePop take away from the, you know, real users, because would the redirect be now targeting SitePop or the SitePop users? Does that make sense?
What is it that he's redirecting? Is it the site? You wouldn't want to like put a redirect on a site that you were sending SitePop to.
Right. So I think that what he's planning on doing is doing PPC advertisements in like social media and things of that nature. But he's concerned that, you know, I think that once a user comes to the site, he then wants to direct marketing or advertisement towards that user. So with that.
Oh, gotcha. So he's going to do retargeting.
Retargeting. Sorry. Yes. I'm still learning terminology, but yeah, retargeting. So would that be with SitePop, do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Retargeting is only going to cost him if the user is going to other sites that have retargeted ads on them. All of the sites in the network that SitePop is working with don't. They're all going to specific sites, not sites that have ads on them.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have any ill effect or any bearing really on that.
Got it. Because so just so I'm going to regurgitate that just to make sure I understand it when I say it back to him. Retargeting is whenever there's an advertisement that comes up for a retargeted user, that user would have to go to that website in order to cash into the advertisement or click on the ad
they basically have to go to a site that's displaying ads.
Okay.
So like, let's say I go onto your site, I get your retargeting pixel, and then I go over onto CNN, right? Or I go to look up movies, or I go to see what's on TV, or, some site that is it's an entertainment site that's got display ads on it. That's the only way I'm going to trigger a cost to you. And the SitePop phones are not doing that. They're only going to our sites and our network, which they don't have display ads on them.
Gotcha.
Now, where it can have an effect is in the effectiveness of your retargeting, because you're going to be placing pixels on all the SitePop phones, but they're not going to be cashing in on them. So it might have a little bearing on your analytics, just to understand that, just to know that. But that's it. It's not going to have any ill effect or cost you anything on your ad spend.
Gotcha. So it would, the only thing would be the analytics, and he could probably accommodate, factoring it out by dividing out how many searches he's getting per month, and then just figuring it out.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're sending them 500 searches a month, you can just factor those out.
Right. Exactly.
Now here's the other thing. If it's a new site and they want to spend some money on it, they're not afraid of spending money. Sending other forms of traffic to it is going to be a key to spin up even your own SEO. So not necessarily Google paid traffic, although that's good too. But think about going on to Bing and running some Bing pay-per-click. Going on to, other sites, like possibly even YouTube ads, directing traffic over to you. Classified ads. There's a lot of other different traffic forms that you can buy that are fairly inexpensive and direct traffic over to your site, and it'll make it look a lot more natural. Here's another thing about Google. Google has a big FOMO factor to it in their AI. If Google sees other people sending traffic to you, then the FOMO kicks in. They don't want to miss out. They know something good is going on over there, and they want to take advantage of it. So they will rank you higher if they see traffic coming from other sources. If Google is the only one giving you traffic, they don't trust that. That is fishy. It's like, oh, why are we sending all 100% of this person's traffic to them? So it kind of stands out on the radar.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I was taking some notes here, and I'll regurgitate some of this stuff to him. I don't know if you're interested, John, but he said, hey, right now I'm using SitePop as my, I'm selling SitePop. I'm not selling traditional SEO. That's not something that we're trying to do quite yet. I've got too much other stuff on my plate currently to focus on that. Thank God we're busy, but maybe that's something that we could collaborate on if you're interested.
Yeah. If you need SEO, I've got a team with horsepower. So
cool. Maybe we can sidebar on it.
Yeah, not a problem.
Awesome, John. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the help and your time.
Sure, my pleasure. All right. Anybody else here before we wrap up for today?
Just quick question. The membership template is on your website. Is that right?
Yes. I sent it directly to Lisa. She asked for it. I sent it, but it is in the ACT program under the resources tab.
Under the resources tab.
Yeah.
Could you send it to me, John?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
No problem. Just do me a favor. Send me an email, a reminder tickler, and I'll shoot it back to you.
I'll send that with the FTC stuff that I finished last night too, so I can get my website started.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Quick follow-up question, John. If I can share my screen again, I fixed that thing, but it's a tech question and it should take 30 seconds. I don't want to keep you too long, but
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
so I did this now. Okay, but the last one, you know, had the whole entire section, a picture here, and the whole entire section here. When I drop the, you know, 50-50 component in there, it automatically makes it this size. Is there a way to have it bled to the edge, so to speak?
You could do that by editing the background of the actual section.
That's what I did to make it blue, because it looked really weird, just white and then having the text here.
But you could drop an image in there. You could just size the image to take the whole space. And if you just wanted your image on the left, then just leave the right side a color in the photo. Like if you
so I'd have to create the photo.
Create it in Canva. Just create the photo wide, but half of it is just a blank space with a color or textured background.
And then how would I find out the size of this size of this section?
You would just want to make it big in that proportion, like double wide as it is tall.
All right. Well, I'm going to live with this for a moment.
I would probably make it like 2,500 pixels wide by 1,200 tall or 1,250 tall, just as a starting point and try it out.
You know, Canva actually is really cool because it does like Facebook. This looks almost like the Facebook banner, whatever they call that. So I might try that. I'm just getting to know Canva too. So, all right. Thank you.
All right. No problem. All right. Well, I will let you guys get back to your day here, and we'll be back on regular time next week. So have a great week, everybody, and let me know if you run into trouble between now and then.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Good to see everybody.
Thank you, John.
Bye-bye.